What's going on, guys? My name's Sam. I'm from Pioneer DJ and I'm joined by Josh Newsham, DJ, producer, tour manager, label owner. We're going to be having a chat about the legacy of the CDJ and our times with the CDJs throughout our careers. Obviously, we have here a lot of the predecessors of the CDJ 3000. You know, we've got a lot of the pre-products that we've been using over the years. But talk to me about, where did you start off in terms of not DJing but equipment? What was your journey to the CDJ?
So my journey kind of started off, I was watching a lot of YouTube videos and wanting to get into DJing, and my first bit of equipment that I actually laid my hands on or saw properly was in Ibiza, a CDJ T1, the controller.
Yeah, classic. That was the tractor controlled one. So controlled tractor. Yeah.
So there was I remember in Ibiza being at an after party and seeing somebody with a laptop and this piece of equipment sat on a chair playing off it, and yeah, it was just like, I want to get in on this. Like I want to learn how to I want to learn how to DJ using this piece of equipment. And I think the next bit of equipment I had from that was the Pioneer 350 setup.
Classics, yeah, absolutely.
The package,
smaller, and it came with CDJ. Yeah,
it came with a flight case, so I could take it to after parties as well. And yeah, like we were using that like most weekends, going to Leeds, going to Manchester. Yeah, it was that was the piece of kit that I kind of like. So were these the days
before the Sankeys started and before you putting on your own party? Are these around this time?
So I think this was about 2010.
Right.
2012 maybe. That's when I first bought that package, and yeah, like I said, using it in my bedroom and then taking the skills that I learned from then into the club, which was a club called Glovers in Preston.
Classic.
So then,
been there myself,
so they really helped me out and put me in front of people. So I came to the owner with an idea that I wanted to put on a night on there, and then the decks that were there were the 1000s.
Yep, over here, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely,
and
these have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They've stood the test of time, definitely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this still works right now. It's unbelievable.
So I think even going back down there now, they've still got the old decks. I mean, they've upgraded to the Nexus now, but yeah, that was down there, and that's what we're using most weekends. So I think I started out playing once every month. Like that was the opportunity that I got at the time. And then it's kind of like snowboard then. We got like quite a bit of following, and then I was there twice a month, and then I was there like every single weekend with my brand called Soundground, which I had residents playing for us then. And then since then we kind of took it to Sankeys Ibiza, because I was working in Ibiza since 2011, and then yeah, it just kind of like snowballed from them. But
excelled.
Yeah, but
big time.
In terms of like the decks, Pioneer have always been around. They've always been in the booth.
Yeah.
And I think as an artist and now as a tour manager, it makes my life easier as an artist, and I feel confident when I go into the booth that it's reliable. You know, you're always gonna.
Yeah, you've got the usability, reliability.
Yeah, and I think as well, it's a pleasure to use as well. It's fun to use. You get excited to use it. It makes it a lot more. You're a lot more confident using it. So you're more relaxed in the booth. And as like I said before, as like a tour manager now, you go into the booth and you know that there's going to be no problems.
So going into the tour manager side, so we've covered, obviously you did the Sankey stuff, and then that went over to the Warehouse project, if I remember, because I remember actually being in the crowd when you were playing a long time ago. So talk to us a little bit about the tour manager side. Who is it, first off, and you know, how comfortable do you feel as a tour manager, because there's a lot riding on your shoulders in a gig. How comfortable are you feeling when he gets up to the decks?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you see Pioneer in the booth, you know it's going to be an easy ride. Like I said, no problems. The only problems are probably sorting people out of wristbands and making sure drinks don't get spilled. Yeah, guest list, and making sure drinks don't get spilled over them. But in terms of like the equipment, you know you're in for an easy ride. Like, we've never had any problems before, and Yeah, I mean, it's just a pleasure to use, and knowing that the artist is going to be comfortable, and it takes the weight off my shoulders.
So who is the artist?
So the artist is Richie Ahmed. House, techno. He's an amazing person, really easy to work with. I mean, everything on the rider is Pioneer, so.
Well, that's what we like to hear, definitely, yeah. I think from my perspective, from the years of, obviously my journey was a little different to yours, but we crossed paths over the years many times. I think we can confidently say now that, you know, these CDJs have stood the test of time.
Yeah.
You know, everywhere you went, the predecessor from the 3000 was the Nexus 2, and everywhere you went, that's exactly what, especially in Ibiza, this is what you were faced with, what you were playing against, and you know, and I think as a DJ, when I used to be DJ, it really did comfort me behind any DJ booth. You know, because the nerves kick in, of course they do. You walk in and you're at 2 in the morning and it's going off, and you're a little nervous, you know. But I think for me, it might be the same for you. As soon as I got to the decks and plugged that stick in, and I knew I'd gone through Record Box, which is, you know, as we were saying, our ecosystem to our whole product range. That just filled me with confidence. You know, absolutely. You know, I felt so much more comfortable the second my USB stick was loaded, because I knew these were gonna perform for me. I knew they weren't gonna go down on me.
You zone out. You go into your own little zone. Like
you do. Yeah.
The nerves wear off. You've got your friends behind you in the booth, whatever, you know, the crowds. Even going back to the days of CDs, making sure that your CDs aren't scratched.
Oh, God.
Because if you've got a CD that's scratched.
My God.
And I mean, even now.
It's worse when you found out mid-gig.
Or offer for a track. But even now, so say, it has happened before where you'll be playing back to back with somebody or 3 people, and like after parties, thank God it's not like in front of an actual crowd, but someone will pull the USB out and it'll an emergency loop. Like, thank God that's even happened now, because it on a CDJ with a CD, that was it.
That were it.
So now you've got the emergency loop, you've got a bit of time to at least go put the USB back in.
Go to your next deck and you know, try and get your arse out of it.
But
basically.
even like now, we were talking about the Record Box with through your phone now.
Like Record Box 6, the creative cover on your phone. You know, I think I was showing you literally last night. You know, this is game changing. You know, and the fact that, I mean, I think I will always carry USB sticks with me in terms of when we're back gigging. But the fact that I can literally open my phone now and I can access my whole music library.
It's a game changer.
And I can just pick out a playlist. So if we were in a club scenario right now and you said, do you want a quick set? I could literally go, give me, 5 minutes. And I can just pull a playlist, plug it into the USB. And that's it, away I'm going, you know. And I think as a company, it's these things that puts us ahead of everybody else. These are what we've been thinking of, what we've been trying to achieve for many years, and you know, I think we're finally here now. So talk to me how you use your third deck.
So I use a lot of like loops, acapellas, like I said before, just to switch it up. Dropping in and out. Maybe even having 4. If I can have 4, then that's
if it's in the budget,
better. But yeah, I mean, what would you use the 4th one for?
My 4th, so I have my 2 lead decks. So these are running 24/7. These are doing the original way of mixing. My 3rd and 4th deck, I have whatever, bass lines, acid lines, hooks. Maybe the 4th one is running acapellas, classic acapellas that everybody knows. Before you know it, the music is no longer one track. It's one track, another track queued up, ready to go, and then it's got an acid line over the top, which has been heavily EQ'd by myself, and then I might chuck a vocal in as well. All of a sudden I find the crowd knowing that track, what's this mix? Not knowing I'm actually just doing this on the fly. This isn't, you can't Shazam this. This is just being creative, you know, and it goes back to saying, it should be established as a genuine skill, DJing, definitely, activity as a DJ,
Especially with the V10 involved as well now.
The V10
the possibilities are complete, like they're endless.
Exactly.
4 CDJs and a V10, the possibilities are just endless.
You could get, you literally can, and I'm sure you can go 24 hours mixing.
And
you just don't get bored.
No.
There's just so much going on. So I think, say, from 2015 to, well, now, you know, I'm guessing you would have seen the 2000 Nexus 2 in pretty much everywhere you went.
Yeah, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. I mean, when you...
So this is the predecessor to the 3000. So, you know, when we thought the 3000, we had to think, you know, let's not mess this up.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the CDJ 2000 Nexus 2 had been around for so long and it was deemed as one of the greatest to ever do it, you know. I do think we've nailed it as well with the, you know, subtle upgrades with the 3000, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm a big believer in, you know, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. You want it, you want everybody to be comfortable with the new upgrades.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, the biggest one that stood out with the 3000 was the speed. You know, so there's the, you know, there's the industry processor in there, which you're finding in other appliances. This is the first time we've ever put a processor this big in a CDJ.
Yeah.
And, you know, and obviously we've sent you a set and you've been playing on them. You know, how was it with that speed for you?
I mean, when you're flicking through the playlists and selecting tracks, obviously this is fast, but as soon as you go into that, you can just instantly,
immediately,
tracks instantly, and the waveforms come like straight away. There's no loading of it, and just the little things like that.
Yeah. Like
when you said you've not reinvented the wheel, we've just made everything
we've just
better.
We've upgraded what we already knew. You know, there is some nice new features on there.
Yeah.
Key sync and key shift is a great one, but I think a lot of our keen followers that have been with us from the 1000 days, I think they were very happy to see that we just upgraded the subtle things that needed to be upgraded. You know,
when I've told like Richie about the 3000s and like some of my other friends that are really into DJing and stuff, they said, so what's it like then? And it's like trying to compare. It's like the new FIFA.
Yeah.
It's the same but just better. Or when you upgrade your phone, it's the same but it's just so much better. It's quicker. Like for example, the phone battery life lasts longer. Just, you know, the little things like that just make it
It's
better.
what you want.
Yeah, it's what you want.
As you know, as an artist who, obviously not at the minute, but was playing out. Oh, sorry, mate, I had to drop that one in there. As an artist that, you know, that was playing every weekend, but you weren't just playing every weekend as well. You know, you were heavily involved with Richie's, you know, management and touring with him. You know. Let's say, for argument's sake, we were still out there raving and partying, you know. Yeah. How excited would you have been to be able to put these in or come up to these, you know, after experiencing them from a bedroom perspective? Yeah. I can only imagine you can't wait to get back in the club and you know, give these a real test.
Like we said before about using it as an instrument, I mean, if there's 4 of these in the booth, which Richie would probably want, especially knowing the possibilities that you could have, like we said before about using it as an instrument, you can manipulate the sound so much. His sets would change. His sound might change, not knowing what you can do with with the deck.
Absolutely.
So I imagine he's going to be like really excited to get his hands on.
Absolutely.
In a booth as well, like playing in front of people, because
that's when they're going to get the real test.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we can't determine when this whole thing's going to be over, but I think we were all very excited. We still are. We're very excited to see these take off in the future. And you know, the response we've had so far has been absolutely unbelievable. You know, and Josh, thanks very much for being here, mate. Hopefully in the future we're going to be back in the booth, back raving, and hopefully we'll be here with the CDJ 3000.